Hello guys, welcome to day 4 and our second day of talking about dividing fractions. We're going to dive straight into this, okay? So today we're going to talk about the thing you really need to know about, which is how to divide a unit fraction by a unit fraction. So this is going to be a little different than our other models with the Brownie method. And then we're going to kind of be using an array and a couple different types of arrays, okay? So I'm going to be going step by step with this. So we're going to do step 1. If you have a set of fractions, let me give you our fractions. We're going to do 2/3 divided by 1/2, okay? So my first step is going to be I need to find a common denominator for both fractions. And convert the fractions. Okay, so I know that a common denominator between both of these fractions is going to be sixths. So I'm going to do that, okay? So these become, so if this turns to 6, I multiplied it by 2, so that's going to be 4/6. And I multiplied 2 by 3, so I'm going to have 3/6. So my new problem is going to be 4/6 by 3/6. That's hard to say. Okay, so now step 2, I want you to create, we'll go back to the brownie pan for a little bit, brownie pan for each converted fraction. Okay, so I'm going to create, let's do some shading here. So I'm going to do 4/6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it doesn't matter how tall your array is. And I'm going to divide it by my 3/6. Okay. So if I know that that's sixths, and this one is also sixths, it makes it easier. So I'm going to do some highlighting now. So on the first one, I know that's 4/6. So I'm going to do 4/6, and then I'm going to divide it by 3/6. So let's just label these real fast. So this is going to be 4/6 divided by 3/6. Okay, so that's step 2. I've created a brownie pan for each converted fraction. So now I'm going to move on to step 3. Step 3, I'm going to look at how many times the second numerator, or sorry, I should say pan of brownies fits into the first pan. Sorry, that got sloppy there, okay? So if I do an overlay here, I'm going to kind of mush these two together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because remember, they have the same denominator now. So I'm going to do my blue first. And then I'm going to put this on top of this. So I'm going to see how many times it goes in here. So it goes 1 time. So it goes 1 full time so I have that 1 right there. And because I have just this little bit left, this is going to be 1/3 because this is 1/3 of what is left. So it goes in 1 full time and then I still have 1/3 left. Okay. So my original question was, how many times does this 3/6 go into 4/6? And it goes in 1 time, and then there's 1/3 left. Okay. I'm going to just do another quick practice problem because I think sometimes that can be confusing. So let's do our practice down here. Let me write this problem out so you can see the full thing. So we could say 2/3 divided by 1/2 equals 1 1/3. Okay. So let's do a new problem. We're going to do 4/5 divided by 2/3. Okay. So if I go through this step by step, first thing I need to do is find a common denominator. Well, I know that 5 and 3 both go into 15, so I'm going to turn both of my fractions into 15ths. Okay, so I know when I do 5 to get to 15, I have to multiply it by 3. 3 times 4 is 12, so I'm going to have 12 15ths. I'm using the giant one here. 3, I have to multiply it by 5. If I multiply it by 5, I have to multiply 2 by 5, and that gets me to 10. So now I'm going to create my 2 models here. I'm going to do 12 15ths and 10 15ths. And I'm going to do a 3 by 5 because I don't want to have to draw 15 out this way. So I'm going to just do a 3 by 5 so I can get 15 squares in here. And you can do this instead if you're like, oh, I don't have to do 20 million bars. Okay, so I'm going to do my 12 15ths there. And I'm going to divide it by my 10 15ths. Okay, so I'm going to have my, oops, that's not the right thing, 12. So I'm going to do 3, 6, 9, 12. And over here, I'm going to do 10. So I'm going to do 3, 6, 9, 10. Okay, so now I want to smush those 2 together to see how many's left. And so I'm going to do my 3 by 5 down here. So I originally had my 1, 2, 3, 12. And then I'm going to overlay those 10. 1, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have, it was able to fit on there 1 full time. And then I have 2 blue squares left. So I have 2 blue squares left out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I had 1 group of 10 there. There's my 10. And then of the remaining brownie tray, which is 5, I have 2 of them that are going to be, 2 of those 10s. Oh my gosh, you guys. 2 of what would be 10. And then I'm going to reduce that to 1/5 because I can divide both of those by 2. And that's going to get me to 1/5. Okay, so my answer here is going to be 1 and 1/5. Okay, I messed up here. This should have been out of another full 10. Out of a full 10, that was 2 blue squares. So sorry if I confused you there. All right, so that's what that's how to do fraction by fraction. And now I'm going to give you the awesome shortcut. So this is our standard algorithm. So if you're like, Mrs. Grossen, all these visual models do not make sense to me, here is your easy, this this is the standard algorithm, and it's pretty easy steps, I think. So we're going to use our same fraction we did on our last page. So we're going to do 2/3 divided by 1/2. Okay. So here's are my steps. Step 1, you are going to keep the first fraction. Okay, so I'm going to keep that first fraction. So this is what's going to happen. I'm going to keep 2/3. Okay, step 2, I'm going to flip. Oops, nope. Keep. Okay, and this is going to be change. So I'm going to change the operation. So let's do red here. So I'm going to keep the first fraction. I'm going to change the operation. So I'm going to invert that or do opposite. So I'm going to do multiplication. And then step 3, I am going to flip the second fraction. Okay, so I'm going to flip this upside down, and I'm going to do 2/1. And then my last step is going to be, so step 4 is going to be solve the multiplication problem. Okay, so now here's where I'm going to solve this. So I'm going to multiply across just like we learned. 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 1 is 3. And if I reduce that into a mixed fraction, that's going to be 1 1/3. And if I just quickly look back at my problem, that is exactly what I got, okay? So let's just do a real fast check on our practice problem that we did, which was 4/5 divided by 2/3, okay? So I'm going to keep my first fraction. I'm going to keep 4/5. I'm going to change the sign, the operation, to multiplication. I'm going to flip that second fraction. So instead of 2/3, it's going to be 3/2. And then I am going to solve. So 4 times 3 is 12. 5 times 2 is 10. And that, to get a mixed fraction, is going to be 1, because that goes in there, over 2/10, or I can reduce that to 1 1/5. And when I check that over here with my visual model, that's exactly what I got. So that's how you do standard algorithm: keep, change, flip, solve. So it's a lot easier than drawing out the visuals, but we want you to have the visual piece first. So that way the standard algorithm you kind of have an understanding of why it works. All right, please go on to IXL and do some practice problems. And then when you're done, go to the form and fill that out for us. If you have any questions on dividing fractions, please come to our my office hours, and I will help you through this the best I can. All right. Have a great Thursday, guys. Bye.